Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be talking about my August TBR. So, there are a couple books that I want to read in August, but I am a major mood reader, so I will be happy if I read at least two of this list. So, I have a bit of every genre in this list. I have dark romance, fantasy, and also thrillers. So, yeah, let's dive into it. First off, we have Leave Me Behind. I saw this book everywhere on TikTok. So, yeah, basically, TikTok just convinced me to buy this book. I mean, look at the cover. So, this is a dark romance, and it's actually about the military, and this will be the first military book that I have ever read. I am pretty sure this is an enemies to lovers. So it's basically about a sole survivor of an elite squad and she's thrown into a new team. And the team is led by a man who blames her for his friend's death. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I don't know anything else about it, but we'll see. Next up, we have Beautiful Venom by Rina Kent. If you have seen my previous video, you know that I love Rina Kent books, so I had to read this. It's a dark college hockey romance. Also the first hockey romance that I will ever read. But if Rina Kent writes it, then I will read it. Also, again, enemies to lovers. I feel a pattern here. But yeah, enemies to lovers again. I think the female main character wants to take revenge, so she tries to infiltrate the hockey team, and obviously she wants to destroy the life of the man in the hockey team. But enemies to lovers, so we'll see. I have pretty high hopes for this one. We'll see how I liked it in my August wrap up video. Then we have Gild by Raven Kennedy. This is a fantasy book. I think it's a dark fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's about some kind of war. Okay, so I'm just reading the back of the book real quick because I have no clue what this book is about actually. So, the first quote on the back of the book is: "It's the arrogance of men to think so little of women, and it will be their downfall." So, hooked immediately. We'll see. I will go into this blindly. I think this has like five, six books in the whole series. I only have the first one. We'll see how I like this, and then I might buy the rest. Next up, we have The Party by Natasha Preston. This is a thriller. I think it's also kind of a who done it. It's set in a remote castle, and I just love when it's in like a remote setting. It makes it way more creepier. So I think it's about a party held in the castle, and then guests start turning up dead. And I think then in the rest of the book, you're just trying to figure out who the killer is. And yeah, I've read more books that Natasha Preston has written. So I'm really excited about this one. I feel like I will probably read this in, yeah, probably read it in a day if I'm really into it. Then I also have an arc to read this month. The arc is called How Bad Things Can Get by Darcy Coates. It's also a thriller. I think it's like a survival thriller on a island, also a remote setting again, which is also a pattern here, but I really like that. So I think again it's a lot of people on the island and then people start vanishing. And then I think there's also this creepy legend that goes around on the island. So yeah, my hopes are pretty high for this one. But we'll see. And then lastly, I might read Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, which is also a thriller, and I've read multiple Alice Feeney books, and every one of them was just great. I really like how she writes her books, and honestly, her plot twists get me every time. So, again, the pattern, it's again in an isolated setting. I think it's also on an island, so pretty similar to How Bad Things Can Get. It's about an estranged family gathering on the island, and then the tide gets really crazy and it traps them in for 8 hours. And then every hour, one person dies. So I'm also really excited for this one. I feel like I will definitely read this in August, but we'll see. Like I said, this is just the books that I would like to read in August, but I know myself and I'm just glad if I read a couple of those books. Usually the thing with me is if I read one thriller, then will read like 5 thrillers. And if I start with one fantasy, I will read fantasies for the whole month. Same with dark romance. So we'll see. So if you have read any of these books, I would love to hear your opinion. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!